It all started with Nathan Ganeshan and his family. The four of them would pick up fresh pizza, fruit, water and snacks and head to St. James Park in San Jose, where they would serve these to homeless people who looked forward to the family showing up every Sunday. One such Sunday, Nathan was driving his then 7-year-old son to a tennis tournament. Sai Charan, who is obviously a chip off the old block, asked him, "Dad, what about the people in the park today? Won't they be waiting for us? Who will feed them?" These innocent words planted a seed in Nathan's mind. Surely, he thought, there must be more people wanting to help. Thankfully, there were so many. That's how, in June of 2013, Community Seva was born. We soon started cooking hot meals in homeless shelters. Families sponsored, cooked and served meals to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, and to honor loved ones. During the next couple of years, awareness about the organization spread like wildfire, mainly through word of mouth and, of course, Facebook. There was a dramatic increase in the number of volunteers and sponsors. Our mission was thus solidified: feeding the hungry and serving the homeless. This is the heartbeat of Community Seva. By our third anniversary in 2016, we had expanded to 6 shelters and were serving 1,000 meals every month. Our volunteer army had increased to 750, including a brigade of youth volunteers. With the help of these youngsters, some as young as 4, we launched the Care Bag Seva. Care bags include essential personal hygiene products like toothpaste, toothbrush, soap, etc. In 2017, we celebrated our 4th anniversary. We also rejoiced as Nathan received the Leadership in Community Service Award for District 27. This was also the year we decided to really ramp up our services during the winter. We now serve an additional 4,000 meals, including a special Thanksgiving meal apart from our regular Sevas. Backpacks filled with winter essentials like blankets, socks, beanies, gloves, and ponchos are also distributed. 2018 was a hallmark year for us in many ways. Community Seva had the honor of being named as the 27th Assembly District's 2018 Non-Profit of the Year. The core team of volunteers made a memorable trip to Sacramento to receive the award. In June of that year, we were incredibly excited to open our very own kitchen. In addition to easier logistics, this allowed us to cook for shelters that did not have their own kitchens. We also hosted our very first fundraising, Tree of Life Gala. We had a packed hall of 400 people and were proud to be able to raise $300,000, surpassing our fundraising goal. These funds enabled us to fulfill a long-time dream of giving unsheltered folks the dignity of a clean shower, laundry services, and a hot breakfast. This Seva has made a real difference for those who do not have access to basic amenities that many of us may take for granted. We continued all our services through 2019, averaging around 2,500 meals a month. We hosted a fundraiser luncheon called A Meal to Heal, where we had a homeless advocate panel. The stories they shared brought tears to many people's eyes. By the time 2020 came around, we had served over 100,000 hot meals since inception. We'd also distributed over 8,000 winter backpacks, 1,000 showers, 6,000 hygiene kits, participated in the cleaning of several homeless encampments, and secured jobs for 4 homeless individuals. And grown to an organization with a support base of over 2,900 people. Then came COVID. The arrival of COVID-19 on our shores was a virtual gut punch, an uncertainty and fear-inducing event that could not be imagined. As the Bay Area started to grapple with an unprecedented shutdown, lifelines for the homeless, such as libraries, community centers, and public park restrooms, closed. Additionally, many groups providing food and water were forced to close down or scale back. This left our community's most vulnerable people struggling without basic resources. Nathan and the community Seva team rolled up their sleeves and decided, COVID or no COVID, we would continue to provide services while also ensuring the highest safety protocols for everyone concerned. Our volunteers stepped out of their comfort zones and became frontline heroes. To keep up with the increased demand, we have partnered with numerous businesses and restaurants who have supported us tremendously on this Herculean task. Between the food prepared by the restaurants and core volunteers at our commercial kitchen, meals have been served to the hungry every single day during this pandemic. We purchased and distributed 1,000 solar power chargers. These chargers allow unsheltered people to charge their phones, giving them access to 911, use of the phone as a flashlight, and staying connected with loved ones, which in turn may boost their mental health. Countless unsheltered women struggle to take care of their feminine needs without access to supplies. Community Seva stepped up to help them by delivering hygiene kits to nearly 3,600 homeless women living in encampments. The crisis has forced many working poor, the underemployed, and the evicted to live in their cars, vans, and RVs. Several Bay Area communities have adopted so-called safe parking programs, providing assigned lots for homeless people sleeping in their vehicles. Community Seva started supporting 75 such families at 5 different safe parking locations by serving them individually packed dinners, milk, and water. Many folks living isolated in tent cities or encampments were completely unaware of COVID-19 and its deadly ramifications. Community Seva distributed 1,000 gloves and N95 masks. Of course, we've also really been there for them by providing the basics: burrito lunches, water, solar chargers, female hygiene kits, and backpacks filled with essential items. We also distributed personal protective gear among frontline homeless advocates and volunteers so that they may safely continue providing their invaluable services. Photographer Dorothea Lange's iconic photograph of a young, poverty-stricken migrant mother struggling to feed her kids became the defining symbol of the Great Depression. What would be an adequate depiction of the turbulent times we are currently facing? What images or data will be sufficient to propel our collective conscience? What would it take for those of us in more privileged situations to take notice and do something? Homelessness is a bane of our society. Today, unhoused folks are struggling not just to dodge the twin bullets of hunger and lack of shelter, but also to dodge death every single day because of COVID. The problem of homelessness is no simple one. However, as Pastor Scott, a tireless advocate for the homeless, puts it, Love is the answer. Love is a verb, an action, and not some vague sentimental concept. This is what Community Seva embraces. The idea that we can show our love for the most disadvantaged through selfless Seva.